Hi, beautiful people. I am Honest Am, and we are here for another YouTube video. This is going to be an element reading. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you are new to the channel. This is Mastering Life with Am, where we use tarot cards to become the alchemist in our life. Really quick, whenever you come across this message is completely meant for you. They're timeless, so don't worry about like, oh my God, she said this and it applies, but this was 2 months ago. It don't matter, girl. Whenever you've seen it, it's for you, okay? I custom use God in the same sentences, and I don't just use the tarot. So let's just get into it. 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. This is going to be for fire. This is gonna be for fire signs. Uh, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Angel number 53. One more for the gods. And one more for the ancestors. Dear God, guardian angels, ancestors, beings of light, I come to you today to just say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be able to exchange energy in this way. Now, I ask that you think about anybody who may come across this video, and I ask that if you have a message to them, that you please deliver them through me today. I am a clear and open vessel. I am a clear and open vessel, beings of light only. Ashe. Rachel. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but there's like new things going on the channel. I have recently started doing some daily videos. Yeah, the daily videos, and then we also have the Alchemy 101 series, which is all about like really breaking down these principles. If you are truly trying to make a change, that series really just break it down in steps on like practical things that you can do to learn and master your life. And then these are the element readings where, because I just don't have time to be like Aries, Leo, like I would just be here forever. So like this is just to give you just a little bit more personalized information. But I will say, if you do have time, I will listen to all the element readings because as you know, we're composed of everything. And actually recently I've been starting to listen to some water sign readings, and I've actually been really surprised at like how relevant the information has been to me. So, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm an Aries, but I'm like a March Aries. So sometimes I feel like that Pisces stuff kind of bled over. So it's like you don't know, like who the fuck knows what any of this shit is. So if you see, I say all that to say, like if you see like a title that you feel drawn to, then just listen to it. Angel number 255. Angel number 303, 302, and 303. I'm sorry, I was not focused. 317. That was 340. That was kind of funny. It was like all these cards just like bloop. I think at the top, this reading is all about healing, openness, patience, vision, and purification. Woo, shit. I just feel like this read. Okay, I just feel like this reading is gonna be crazy. I'm like kind of nervous to read because I'm like I don't want to. I've been like listening back to some of my videos, and I feel like angel number 14, like spirit's been reading me lately. Like I've been thinking I'm talking about one thing, and I'm just telling you. That's what I'm telling y'all. We together. We in this together. We see each other. Okay, because I'm just okay, but I'm not. I'm gonna try to let me be quiet. But anyway, so this reading is all about healing, openness, patience, vision, and purification. As always, I say just think about like what those words may mean for you at this time. With this healing, there's actually like two angels kind of coming together and like one kind of comforting. So I kind of feel like maybe some relationships are about to be healed. Maybe we are about to be healed. But again, think about like what that may mean for you. Openness, I feel like God is saying that in order to receive this healing that you are ultimately longing for, that there's going to have to be an openness that you need to have to yourself. And you're going to have to be patient. And there's actually, like, in this patient thing, I love it because there's actually an angel and she's like knitting. So I feel like what God is saying is you're not being patient. Like, I'm not going to start bashing today. I'm not going to bash the church. I'm not going to do it today. But you're not waiting and just waiting. Like, you're not just sitting around just being like, oh my God, like, when my blessing gonna come? I hope my blessing. You're waiting and you're working. You're still moving. You're being patient. Like, when we're saying being patient, God is saying being patient with your emotions, being finding different ways to, like, calm yourself calm yourself down. I think I was saying in some of the dailies, like, just set yourself up for success, like, at all times. Angel number 543. And then with vision, there's actually like this angel, and it's like, like, remember back in the day, I have not got my vision check in a while, so I probably should. But back in the day when we used to go and they used to have us, like, at school, we used to look in that little thing and we'd be like, oh, that's the CA, all that. So that's kind of like what this angel is doing. And I feel like what God is saying is that right now, God is like healing our vision, or maybe He's allowing us to see something a little bit differently so that we can come into healing, because at the bottom of this is all about purification. So the message that I just got just from that, breaking these breaking down the words, I just feel like God is just saying, you're going through a major purification process. There's things that are being kind of taken away from you if you are, like, just troubled. I know I personally just had like a big hiccup, and it really really shocked me. And it's so funny because it's like now at this point I'm like laughing at it, and I kind of feel like that's what God wants us to do. Like, we can't take ourselves so seriously, and we cannot take this life journey so seriously. With this recently, I'm gonna just say it before angel number 7, before I even get into the cards. I remember I was telling you guys before, if you've been watching this, I talk about me kind of being in a 7-year relationship and kind of going back and forth for a long time. And I thought that we were like in this process of like doing like a revival, of trying to bring it back together and all of that good stuff. And it was like this weekend I just got something, like, it was just like boop, and I was just like, my vision was just like, oh, it was like, it was so clear to me, like, it was like my vision was just so clear, and I was just like, oh no, this is actually something I need to end. Like, and it was so funny because I was getting angel messages and, signs and all of that stuff about, oh, you're about to end the close, you're about to end the chapter of your life, and you're about to end the chapter of your life. And my ass was thinking it was work, like, oh yeah, like, I'm about to leave my job. And it was the relationship. But it's okay though, because for me it was me being open about it and me looking at it differently. It allowed me to realize the relationship that I have, not only with my intuition, but the relationship that I have with, like, my guides, my higher self. It's like I can trust them, and I can know that they're going to protect me, and I don't have to be this, like, super strong person, because that's what it really was. Like, I was having these walls up, and it was like the moment that I, like, let my walls down, like, something happened. And it was just like, oh, motherfucker, walls back up. Oh, like, you cannot be trusted. Like, but it was also like, but instead of me being like angel number 1101, instead of me being like, oh, he cannot be trusted, or, like, it wasn't even about him, because, before it's always about, like, how people are feeling, but I just realized it was me. Like, it was just like the healing I needed on chasing love, and knowing that love, you're not supposed to chase it. Love is supposed to be easy. Love is, I mean, not easy, but you're not supposed to chase it. It's supposed to be equal. And that's just something that I had to realize on my end. And also, it's like, being in relationships is not about changing somebody. Like, if somebody is who they are at their core, if something's happens over and over and over, that's like who they are at their core, then it's just who they are. And it's like, I can't be mad. And that's really what happened. It was like, I cannot keep being mad at him for being who he is. But what I can do, like I was saying before, I was like, okay, I don't like this situation. I don't like how I feel. I don't like the situation. Like, what is my body trying to tell me? And it's like, my heart was just like, it's not safe. You're not safe here. And yeah, I just was like, I had to cut it off, and I had to cut some ties, and just be I had to just be open to be like, you know what, my feelings are hurt, and I didn't necessarily want this to happen, but uh I trust you, God. So I say all that to say that as you're going through, I'm throwing myself out there to just let you know, like, you're going to make mistakes. It happens to the best of us, but that's what this whole, like, learning to master your life and learning to listen to your intuition. There's always signs. Like, I don't know if y'all just watched Insecure like I did, but it's just like that old man said, there's always signs along the path to let you know, like, hey girl, hey girl. And for me, it was like I've seen it in other situations, and it took for extreme situations to happen for me to be like, oh, this isn't for me. And I kind of feel like this time around, like, God was just like, hey, angel number 1047, like, hey, look, girl, this may not be the best situation for you. I'm going to drop these things in here, and I need you to come up and ask yourself, is this situation serving me? Like, is this going to be, is this the best situation for me and where I want my future to go? And unfortunately, it was not. So that's to say, do what you got to do. Be patient with yourself. Be open with yourself. Don't beat yourself up, because it just happens. Like, and I literally, I cried. I cried, and then I was just like laughed. Like, afterwards, I was just like, damn. Like, I knew that though. It's like we know, but we don't know. But anyways, all right, guys. What is? Let me get you some more messages. Angel number 1133. Anything? And maybe that openness was for me. Like, don't come on here trying to front like, you haven't had something, you haven't had like a major thing happen in your life. But it's like, it happens, guys. It happens to the best of us. All right, so for healing, God says, I love this. I do not have to have money to attract money. You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things begin to change. That is very important. So let me say that one more time. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things begin to change. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong, by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift and your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. So that's how we get healing, guys. It's just like what I was kind of just saying about my situation with with my old relationship, and it was just like I had to ask myself, like, okay, it was just like this. It was like, by softening my attention on the things that was going wrong, okay, I'm realizing I did that. I went, oh my God, I was literally, oh my God, you guys have to check out the dailies. I literally went through this process of where I was like, okay, these are some things that I don't necessarily like. These are some things from the past, but you know what, I'm going to let all of that go. I'm going to let my guards down, because I realized in order to, get what I want out of life, like, I can't go around having my guard up and, just being defensive, or, acting on those past behaviors. So I had to approach it differently, and I had to start telling myself different stories. And so then when I started to tell myself different stories and not, really be so much in the past, and I realized that the what I was seeing, my vision was different from the story that I was telling. It was like, okay, now it's time for a course correction. So what God is just saying is that that's why it's important to be open. That's why it's important to be patient with yourself. That's why it's important to not take any of this shit so seriously, because it's just human. Like, I think I just saw last week everybody was beating angel number 1426. Everybody was beating Khloe Kardashian up, because it's rumored that she may be pregnant with Tristan Baby. And as crazy as that is, you love who the fuck you love. And as a human, like, you just go through what you go through. And there's just certain people that just get you like that. And I've been there. There's just certain people that just, your vision is so clouded and all you see is like what you want to see. But when you find yourself in situations where you're confused and you're like, oh, I don't know because I really love this person. This person did such and such for me, blah, blah, blah. You have to go about what are you feeling? Like what do you feel? How does it feel inside? And if it doesn't feel good, now you're saying, okay, I don't like feeling like this. How do I want to feel? And if the way that you want to feel, that person is not able to do it, or if that job is not able to do whatever it is, you just stop focusing on that and you turn your attention to what you want. And I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna just tell all my business today. On the openness, it says my intention for openness. It says my attention to it, invite the essence of it. That's why it's so important for you to not keep focusing on what's going wrong, not keep focusing on. And that's why and that's how I know. For me, that's how I knew that I had a true healing, because for me, when this thing happened, it wasn't about, it wasn't even about him. So that I said it before, it's always about the other person. Engine number 1611, it was really about me and me realizing, oh, you keep doing this, girl. You keep doing, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and wanting a different outcome. So it's like, okay, I did that process of not focusing on it, of not doing this, of thinking the best and all of that stuff, and something still arose, and my body was still talking to me. So it's like don't deny the information that your body is trying to tell you. But once your body gives you that information, don't take that and be like, oh, this person is horrible, this mean I ain't lovable. No, it ain't even. That's what's like. Fuck that. Like, oh wait, no, this is not the situation for me. That's the healing. The healing is that you have to realize that people are just people. We are, if you think about life is nothing but a movie. People come into your life to play these certain roles in your film, aka your life story. And in angel number 1710, and as they come into this, they play their role, they play their part, and you become attached to them playing that role in your life. And sometimes you want to just let that person just keep on coming to every part of your life. And it's like, have you ever seen a movie when it was just like a character that didn't even need to be there, or like they got dragged along for no reason? I can't even think of an example of that, but I've read plenty of books where that happened. But it's like you can't drag people on to the next levels of your life that you're going on. You have to be willing to be honest with yourself and really truly see things for what they are. My attention to it invites the essence of it. When you are thinking of money in the way that will come to you, you are always feel good. When you are thinking of money in ways that keep it from you, you will always feel bad. That is how you know the difference. Again, I'm not going to reiterate that. That's what God is saying, is that you guys have to start, we're using our emotions. If you truly want healing, then you can't go around lying to yourself. You can't go around lying about your emotions. Like, you have to listen to your emotions, and you have to be honest, and you have to be like, okay, heart, what are you telling me? And it's like, I'm not safe here, I don't feel comfortable here. And it's like, oh, well, what do you want? I want to feel safe, I want to feel comfortable, I want, so it's like, you have to be willing to pivot, and you have to be willing to change your mind, change your mindset, because you have, under patience, it says, I have angel number 1844, I can transform my own world. Here it says, make a list of the positive aspects, make a list of the things you love, and never complain about anything. And you could use those things that shine light to make you feel better. This is pretty much saying what I was saying before about setting yourself up for success. But I am going to read this thing at the bottom. It says, it is not your job to transform the world for others, but it is your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is a pure connection to source where there is no perception of lack. We got to stop trying to change people. Like, that's why I realized, like, it's like I kept feeling like, oh, if he could just, and it's like, when you find yourself in these situations of where you're wanting somebody to change, then that's just not the situation for you, because it's like, people are perfect exactly how they are, and people are going to be exactly who they're going to be. And it's like we get these situations where these people reveal over and over who they are, and because we got attached to the role that we wanted them to play in our life, despite the information that we're getting, we're just like, oh, it's okay because he's supposed to be here. And it's like, no, no, you don't have to keep doing that. Have an openness to yourself. Heal yourself. Angel number 20. Heal yourself. Don't keep attracting the same thing. You realize the things that you do not want. Make a positive list of this. Angel number 55 and angel number 2010. And know that you have the power to change your world. For vision, why do I want it and what do I want? This card actually flew out and I put it back. So I feel like God really wants this message to come out. What do I want and why do I want it? When you acknowledge what you do not want and then ask yourself, what is it that you do want? You begin a gradual shift into telling your story, telling what is it that I do want? You begin a gradual shift into the telling of your new story, and in that much improved point of attraction, you get the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not, because the law of attraction is unearthing constantly. Therefore, you are never only telling the story of how it is, you are also telling the future experience that you are creating now. So that's why it's important for when these situations do go wrong in our life, when these situations do blow up in our life, that we don't go into these old stories, or we don't start angel number 211, 2111. We don't start saying, oh, I'm bad, this must mean I'm horrible, I'm unlovable, because guess what? Your attention to it is inviting the essence of it. All it's going to do is just keep inviting more experiences of where you feel bad, where you feel unlovable. What you have to do is just say, oh, I may not have angel number 2131. I may not have this loving friendship. I may not have this loving connection with my mother that I want. I may not have this loving connection with a partner or deep, all these wonderful friends. I may not have all of these things, but that does not mean I will not have them. We have to start speaking in a way, and if we truly believe that we are the masters of our life and we truly believe that we are the creators of our life, then we should know that if we are getting a situation that we do not like, then we have the power to change it ourselves. I recently just saw a video on it was on Twitter from Tabitha, and she was just saying, like, you can't go around waiting for somebody to apologize. You cannot go around waiting for somebody to become the person. Like, you hold your life up trying to do that. You can't change anybody's mind. You can only it was like that card that we always get. It's like you cannot become sick enough for the sick and poor enough to help the poor. It's like you can only uplift people from a point of alignment and like being true to yourself. And what I realized was I wasn't being honest with myself. Like, he was being very honest and he was being who he was, but I just kept thinking, well, maybe it will get maybe. And it's like, girl, 7 years later, how many maybes? And it's like, instead of going into this whole thing of being, this woe is me story, I wasted this time. It's like, no, like that relationship was the biggest blessing. Angel number 2115, the biggest blessing that could have ever came in my life, because of how that relationship was, I eventually became here. It's just like the stuff about your childhood. Like, nothing is ever wasted, nothing is ever lost, nothing is ever like, it's like everything is leading you to where you want to go. It's just that you can sometimes detour yourself. So what I did when this happened, I laughed at myself because I was like, oh, like, okay, I get it. And I was so thankful and grateful for God for that rejection. I was so grateful for my angels and everybody for them being like, hey, you don't want to do this again. You don't want to keep going down this cycle. And the only way that I was able to understand that and not get caught up and confused in my mind like I have been for so many years, it was because I was in tune with my body. It was because I've done enough yoga. I've done enough of the energy work. I've done enough of that to be able to truly understand like what's going on in here. So often in relationships, we become so codependent. We become so immersed in each other and codependent, angel number 2424, that we don't realize that we're taking on the other feeling, and then we're unvalidating ourselves. And it's like, I don't know, we kind of like have this whole culture of where codependency is okay. And it's like, you have to remember, like, you are your own person at the end of the day. Like, like you have your own hopes, your own wishes, your own dreams. And I feel like, God allowed us to go through this period of separation, angel number 2450, for me to have this kind of openness, for me to be able to have this process of healing, like for me to realize where my energy was and where his energy wasn't. And we were able to be apart for some time. And that's why I'm like, ladies, we got to be okay with being alone, angel number 2506. Like we were able to be apart for so long that I was able to truly, truly distinguish my feelings and what I want. And that's why when I was able to have that moment of being like, so what do you want? Like, and it's like this, like, what are you telling me right now? It's like, I don't trust this and I don't feel safe. And it's like, it's, at some point I have to know that I am the creator of my experience, and I'm obviously allowing this. I have been allowing myself to keep being in this cycle for over and over. And it's like at one time I got to take, you got to take yourself out. And so it may not be a relationship for you. It may be it may be, I mean, it may be a friendship. It may be maybe it's a job. Like I don't know. Like, but we have to realize maybe addiction, anything. But it's like we have to realize that at some point we have to realize we do have control. And when we like get so bent out of shape and be like, oh, how could they do this to me? And it's like, yeah, my ego is hurt, my pride hurt. Like I feel a type of way. But I also, it's like, if I truly believe the things that I am talking about on this channel, if I am truly trying to be the master of my life, I know that I can create another life. And that's what I realized. What I realized was that I was holding on to something because I was afraid of the unknown. I was afraid of what was going on. But what we have to realize is we've been in the unknown before. You've seen that before. You've experienced that before. You felt it before. So it's like, do you want to keep feeling that? Do you want to, yeah, there may be a chance and a possibility that it could get better, but it's like, you've been in the past before. Why not try to take the risk and do something differently? Angel number 2705. Y'all, I really want to just turn this off because I feel like I'm like just giving all my business away. But it's like, I don't have, to be completely honest, like there is no ego. Like I think that that this weekend, that was my healing, because I just realized I don't have an ego about it anymore. Like I don't, I'm more so, I was more so like sad for him, because I'm like, damn, like I really want you to come out of this cycle. Like I really wanted you to like experience these things with me. I really, like it was like a grieving period a little bit. But what I realized, like, instead of being like, I did have a moment of where I like cried and I was like, oh my God, you're so stupid. Like, how many times are you going to do this, Amber? That's what number 2759. But then I also, like, after I got all of that out, because you got to get it out. After I got all that out, I was just like, you know, this last month, or these last, like, me wrapping up this cycle, it really has been so affirming, because it's like I've got the apologies I wanted. I've heard him say the things I want to say. It's like all this validation that I've been kind of looking for all of those years, I'm finally gotten. So it was like this whole time where I was thinking it was like this rekindling, angel number 2130. It was actually it was like actually like the memorial of it, kind of. It was like the wrapping up of it. And I was able to see it for what it was and not be so mad about it, and just be like, oh, okay, it's just not that. Like, it's just, and I had to say, like, what I was holding on to is being like, oh, but who else is going to get me like that? And it's like, if God did it once, he'd do it again. We got to remember, we are the creator of our life story. We have the power to transform our world. So I started telling myself different stories. I started asking myself what I really want and why I want it. And I feel different. I feel better. I don't feel like I normally feel. Like, normally when I'm in breakups, I feel like that empty feeling, where you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna possibly make it no more. I don't feel like that. Like I feel like, yeah, I feel excited actually. I'm just like, wow, like what is that? What could be like? What could possibly be around the corner? But all right, no more talking about my business. Angel number 28, 29, 28. I think that's what it was. 29, 45. For purification, we got there is no shortage of time or money, which I was just saying this. There is no shortage. Any attention to shortage of something wanted will always produce a negative emotion. So again, shortage of men, shortage of money, shortage of careers, shortage of options, like all of that is a lie and a limiting belief. It always produces a negative emotion within you because your guidance is letting you know that you have strayed away from your broader basic understanding of abundance and your well-being. Whether you are focused upon the shortage of money or seeing yourself as having only so many years to live, and so each day that is expended is one day closer to the end of your years, that feel of decline is contrary to the broader understanding of your internal nature. So I feel like what God is saying is like there needs to be like a healing to the mind. There needs to be a different way that you're thinking about things. Angel number 3040. There needs to be a different way that you are going about things. Like you may not have friends, you may not have love, you may not have money, but that doesn't mean that you cannot have those things. God is just asking you to just be open. Be open to the possibility of the things that you do want. Be open to the possibility of the love that you want. Be open to the possibility of how amazing that could be to have somebody who totally gets you or who's like this person plus all the things that was missing. Like, like start thinking about the positive things and how things can work out in your favor. Because when you do that, engine number 3116, you will bring some of that into your chart. You will start transforming your world. But you got to be patient. This stuff is not overnight. Like this is alchemy, guys. Like alchemy is a slow process. Like it's not overnight. You got to really go deep down inside and do the work and figure out like what you believe. Angel number 3134. And then I already said about the vision, and like that's how you heal yourself. You heal yourself by having a clear vision. You heal yourself by being in touch with your emotions. You heal yourself by being open to trying something new. Angel number 3151. But and knowing that there is no shortage of the time. Let me get some more tarot. Y'all, I really hope this reading makes sense. It's like I want to turn it off so bad because I feel like it's straight, but it's like I just trust God, and I feel like if I'm obviously saying this for a reason, 3220, because I had no intentions on coming on here and saying this. Literally no intentions. So it's what it is. Hold on, y'all. Really, I gotta rearrange. I got like more space, but I think I may be like cutting myself off a little bit. Oh, yeah, I gotta start doing 3303 and 3301. All right, so for healing, oh, the card that came out is the World. Yes, angel number 32, 33, 21. Sorry about that. 33, 21. So the World, this is just again, this is healing. The world comes after the Wheel of Fortune, I want to say, and the Wheel of Fortune is all about a cycle. So once you complete the cycle, it's kind of like now the world is at your feet. Anything is possible. Like once you, and that's what I realized. It's like once you drop that thing that you've been holding, this is the real thing. Let me be completely honest. The entire time that I was going through this angel number 3355, the image that was in my mind is we've all seen this. I know y'all seen this. 3403. That image of that little girl, and it's like God saying, like, give me the bear to her. And behind his back is like this much, like she has this tiny bear, and behind his back is this big ass bear. And he's just telling the girl, like, just trust me, like, just give me the bear. And I feel like that's what God is saying. Like, give him the things that are no longer working for you. Give those things away. Like, stop holding on to things that are harming you and that are no longer serving you. Give them away, because once you give them away and once you completely just drop it and be like, okay, yeah, no, that's not for me. I need something else. I don't want to keep living this way. I don't want to keep feeling this way. I don't want to keep doing this. Now the world is at your feet. Now you have a new cycle. Angel number 3448. Now you have a new cycle. Now you are beginning the healing. Now you are beginning to do the healing. Now there's an openness. For openness, we have two of coins. The two of coins, 34. I'm not gonna come on, angels. The two of coins. So once you have this openness, once you go through this cycle and you realize, oh, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm completely dropping this. I'm leaving this cycle. I'm going on a new adventure. You know that now you know the power of your world. You know the power that you have, because once you drop something, that means you're aware of it. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Cut it off. No more of the cycle. Once you're aware of it, you realize, like, damn, like that's power. Like that's power. Like you're taking power back. You're not waiting for somebody to break up with you or to come back or anything like that. You're like, no, no, this is no longer for me. That's powerful. So now that the world is at your feet and you're realizing, like, okay, what do I want? Now you're starting to think about these possibilities. Now you're starting to think about all the ways, like you're seeing your power. I say this all the time. This is somebody who is realizing their power for the first time, and that's why God is saying, have an openness about it. Be playful about it. Think about your childhood. Think about the things that you really want. Don't lie. That's why I say, why do you want it? What do you want, and why do you want it? Because this is the thing. You can want a certain thing, but it's like, but why do you want it? Like, because if you want, for example, if you want to get $1 million because you want to, excuse me, because you want to buy rims and or look fly, or you think $1 million is cool to have, like, you're not going to get it, because that's all some materialistic bullshit at the end of the day. But if you're saying to yourself, and if you're saying to God, okay, I'm dropping this because what I want is something fulfilling, is something that feels whole, something that makes me feel alive, something that makes me feel supportive, something that makes me feel like we're in this together. Angel number 3701. If you do that, then now the world, now the universe is working with you. Now the universe is saying, oh, okay, so she want to start doing some things differently. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do for her. Oh, come on. Okay, stick with me, y'all. I know this reading all over the place. The world, right? Brand new beginning. This, and you also see, is two streams. Two streams. That's the emotions. She's balanced. She figured out what she wants. She dropped the cycle. I kind of feel like it's like she stripped herself out the cycle and like, I'm here. I'm doing things differently. She knows the power of her time. Sorry, y'all. She knows the power. She knows that she has power. She knows that there's no need to rush. There's no way. There's no shortage of time or money, and that she can create her own world. But right now you're kind of in the thinking phase. Right now you're just being open. So God is just saying, just daydream. Just think about, be open to what you want to do. Be patient. Because right now what you're doing is you're leaving behind the past. It's hard leaving behind the past. It's not easy. Like, that's why you gotta be kind to yourself. Like, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself and be like, oh, I didn't do the right thing. There's going to be times where you're going to look back and you're going to feel longing, and you're going to wish that, you may even want to go back, and, because that person looks like they're having fun, but you've been there before. So God is saying, be patient. Just walk away, because also what you're going to have to do, you see how he still got those three swords in his hand? You still got work to do, because you're still holding on things. So God is just saying, just be patient. Just be patient. It was just like what I was saying before. Like, you're being patient, but you're not being patient just waiting. Like, you're moving. You're being patient in motion. You're either moving, you're working, you're thinking, you're plotting. So that's what you need to be doing. 3905. For vision, why do I want and why do I what do I want and why do I want it? Angel number 3910. This is beautiful because this is so beautiful because it's like once you figure out why I want and what do I want it, allow these towers to fall because they gonna fall. Because the sometimes what has happened is we built some foundations on just some because we weren't aware of why what we were really doing. We weren't aware of why we really wanted the things that we wanted. Angel number 3939. So God's saying once you become aware of the things that you want, once your vision is clear, allow the tower to fall. You see, most of the tower cards, it's like these people like falling out. They're like, ah, shit, what's going on? No, not the case here. These people are actually rejoicing. They're like, yes, let that motherfucker burn because you're burning that old life. It's like the phoenix. It's like, let that shit go because you're going to somewhere totally new. At the bottom with the pure, yep, see what I say, y'all? You're going somewhere totally new with the King of Staff, engine number 40, 12. When you allow yourself to leave the cycles of the past, that's true healing. True healing is not doing the same shit over and over and over. The true healing is being like, oh, I don't like this. The true healing is Issa seeing Molly in a damn restaurant and being like, you know what? I'm not about to go in there and just keep having this superficial ass friendship. I want her. She totally disrespected me. This is one of the highlights of my life, and she came in here knowing how much this means to me. She came in here and ruined my shit, and I'm not going to go back and beg because I am better than that. I deserve better than that. She already as a friend. Why I'm going off, y'all? I'm going off. Angel number 40, 59. But anyways, but let me just keep going. You already proved that you were willing to let me fail. Then on top of that, when not even you didn't even help me out, my dude helped me out, and you still caught an attitude and tried to fight me, and now you're expecting me to apologize to you? Hell no. So that's how it's like now it's a new cycle. Now Issa is learning. She's going in the world, angel number 4125. She's learning to do things differently. She's starting to see the power of her world. She's starting to see, oh, this I can do this and I can do that. Like she's starting to see her options. She's starting to have an openness and that conversation that she had with her mama. She realized, like, oh, my mama didn't think I was doing the most. My mama actually was proud of me. Angel number 4145. She was able to see her vision clearer. I'm not a messy bitch. I'm not somebody that got all these things over. I can have this. It's actually a great thing about my openness and all the things that I can do. Then, but then this is the thing. This is why God is saying being patient, because even though you are going into the next cycle, there's still going to be stings and there's still going to be reminders of the old cycle. So, say for example, because she just got into this big fight with her best friend, or where she thought that she was a user, now all of a sudden she's in the grocery store trying to pay, help the scammer out. Angel number 4222, trying to help the scammer out. She going out to, she's giving up sharing her wine to random strangers. Like her guards are down and she's overcompensating because of that. So that's why I'm saying be mindful, but also be patient with yourself. Like Issa, shit, it happens to the best of us. Like just like I just said, I just went through it. It happens to the best of us. Be patient with yourself, but just leave it behind. Allow the tower to fall so that you can rejoice and have a happy ending. Angel number 4250. Because King of Staff, because where you're going, this is the same sword. This is somebody who is focused, somebody who is grounded, somebody who knows that they are the creator of their own world and they're just able to just create anything. They may be just a little bit serious, so that's why God is saying that you need to like just chill out and not take life so seriously and just be a little bit more playful. But this person is not this person. This is the purification process. This is where you guys are going. You guys are learning to become the masters of your life. Like this is the channel. Intro number 4330. Duh. Like this is what I'm trying to teach you guys to become. Like what God is trying to teach us to become like masters of our lives. So God is kind of just showing us like that's how you go through the process of healing. The process of healing is leaving the old cycles behind, beginning to do something new, beginning to create a new reality for yourself, being patient with yourself, because there's going to be moments where you're going to feel those heartaches and feel those pains from feel those symptoms from the past. Because you are making a change, it's not easy. Like you're going to miss certain things. I feel like what God is saying is like just keep going forward, keep your eyes, keep your vision clear, keep your angel number 4414, keep your vision focused on where you are heading, because this tower is falling, but it's a beautiful thing that this tower is falling. This tower is falling so that you can become the king of staff. So, and learn how to work differently, because some of you guys have so much on your shoulders. So that's what he's saying, like, drop the load, drop it. You don't have to work so hard. I think we already had one where it literally said you don't have to work so hard. Angel number 4141. So it's like, stop working so hard. Die to the old cycle. Like, it's gone. Don't, and this is the thing, guys, like, this video is in May. I'm saying, if you don't do this, it's potential that you can go into another cycle. It's a potential that you can find yourself doing the same thing again. So it's like, learn from it, look at it, don't cloud yourself, don't lie to yourself, be honest to yourself. And once you're honest to yourself, then the healing can come. All right, I'm gonna get you guys an oracle card. Then we're gonna get on out of here. I got a new deck. I was so happy. I want to keep it like this deck is just. I feel like this deck came and just fucked my shit up. Angel number 4534. All right. There's no shortages, people, guys. You don't have to settle for anything. Nothing. Nothing. Don't settle. Backstabbing, all of that, because you're the magician. Look at this. You're the magician. Celebration is coming. Like, guys, good times are coming, but you got to die to this cycle. Angel number 4627, die to the cycle. Yep. See? mm. Limitation is power. Lean into your limitations. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know why I put that out, but the two cards that came out, we're gonna leave that back. I feel like this also is saying, like, use what you got, kinda. Use what you got to get what you want. Use what you got to get what you want. The two cards that came out is willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress levels. That was at the bottom for purification. So I'm definitely going to read this, because I told y'all we're going through this purification process. You guys are probably stressed the fuck out. I know I am. I mean, I'm not stressed out no more, but I am tired. I am a little tired. I recently started to, I was watching the Goop Lab on Netflix. Homework. Yeah, I want y'all to watch the episode with the Iceman. So I'm gonna find that and put that in the homework for you guys. But I was watching that, and I was just like, it just was so simple. Like, cause I Googled it, and of course, angel number 4743, and angels, I think that's enough. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. But so I was watching that, and it was talking about like doing these breathing exercises, and then starting to do and then do cold showers. So I kind of did this for the last 2 days, and like, I don't know, but I'm kind of fucking with it. Like, it really, I don't know. Like, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Like, you guys just would have to look it up. Maybe I'll put that in the notes too. The Jim Hoff, Wim Hof, I don't know what the fuck his name is, but the Iceman, like his breathing exercise. Like, I don't know. Like, I do feel like yesterday, like, because I like I really came to this conclusion. Like, I feel like my mind was just like so clear yesterday, and I was just able to. I just feel so in tune with myself, and I'm like, well, what's the best way? Like, this is me setting myself up for success, and like doing things that are going to make me feel better. So, I feel like God is saying, I'm going to read this card so we can figure out like how we can get that together. Angel number 4848. And then finding the path. You are the driver and the navigator. That's again just validating what I was saying this whole time. Like, let's stop lying to ourselves, guys. Like, it hurts. It's not fun. It sucks. It's hard to let go of these hopes and dreams and wishes that we have. But it's like, do you want to keep doing that, or do you want to see the possibility of what your life could be? Like, it's like you, at some point, you have to ask yourself, like, is it them or me? And it's like, you gotta, I mean, it's hard to say it that way. Angel number 4920, I told you. But it really is kind of like that. Like, you gotta have a willpower. I mean, you gotta, not a will, you gotta make the decision and trust yourself and be honest with yourself. So willpower, I'm gonna read this for you guys. Angel number 4940, because they gonna say what they want to say. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress levels. Show me your face so I would be free from desire to see the roses. Stand tall so I see nothing but you. The lofty presence of my garden. No matter how much you hurt me, hearts, you would never turn away from you would hearts would never turn away from you. For I found my freedom the moment I became a captive of your love. Ooh, this sounds deep. Angel number 4012. A life changing moment has come to you, and the fire of transformation is calling you to say yes to the love with your full will and conscious awareness. Hearts is here to remind you your Hearts is here to free your heart from temptation by guiding you to see the beauty of the beloved. Your heart shines with courage, love. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna start this over. A life changing moment has come to you in the fire of transformation, and is calling you to say yes to love with your full will and conscious awareness. Hearts is here to free your heart from temptation by guiding you to see the beauty of the beloved. Your heart shines with courageous love. You will have the capacity to override unwanted thoughts, feelings, or impulses. By surrendering to love, you will have the willpower to resist short term gratification in pursuit of long term goals. When loving becomes your habit, it draws little, if any, willpower from you and frees up more of your energy for other things. Dear one, you are at a critical point in your life, and it is time to make a choice about your reason for being and what your life will stand for. If you feel that stress and normal self control have depleted your resources, it is because you only have so much willpower. Let's see what options you will have for increasing the pool of willpower you can draw from. This oracle is a guide for you to manage your stress levels by spreading love so you can increase your ability to resist pressures from others to follow a path that is not right for you. Being under high levels of stress means your body energy is used up in acting impulsively and making decisions based on short term outcomes. Self affirmations can help you become more confident and have more self control when you are running out of energy. Engine number 5210. I can manage my stress levels and direct my willpower to follow love. So, guys, that was just like what I was saying. You guys are going through a very, very critical period of your life right now. And some of you guys may just be feeling very weary, but God is just asking you, please, please, please don't focus on the negative. Please just focus on where you're headed. Just keep asking yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? What do I want? Why do I want it? What do I want? Why do I want it? And just, and also, that can be your affirmation. That can be your mantra. You are the driver and the navigator. Doing as others told me, I was blind. Coming when others called me, I was lost. Then I left everyone, including myself. Then I found everyone, including myself. In the face of a challenging decision, you may feel paralyzed and not know what to do. It might be fear that keeps you from keep It might be fear that keeps you from finding your way, or stress that blocks your ability to seek higher guidance. You may doubt your own ability and question the wisdom of your restless mind. Rumi comes with a message from you to guard against others trying to influence you. By staying centered in your heart, you can align with your deeper essence. This can be a magical moment to take a step forward towards creating the life that is right for you. The heart seeks solutions through love and opens the mystery of divine perceptions. What we just say, openness. You learn to trust a wisdom that is already yours. If you turn to your rational mind, you will be relying on a source of limited vision. What I say to you guys, think about what you feel, not what you think, and not what you see. Dear one, your deeper instincts are often the right ones. You can rise above your doubts and uncertainty by learning to trust your heart. It is wise not to become too attached to the outcome. Make a choice and stand by it. Taking a risk is part of life and a part of the human condition. Accept the consequences and know that you have the ability to face them. The important thing is not to betray your commitment to your own growth and sense of well being. That's powerful. Angel number 5425. I am honoring and affirming my life by making a serious commitment to be the best person I can be. I will trust my heart to guide me in making my decisions. Guys, if you are unsure, if you find yourself in a situation where you're just not sure which way to go, you're confused, you're thinking about it, you're overthinking, you're over assessing about it, try to do some meditation, take some deep breaths, and then touch your heart and ask yourself, what do I want? And listen to it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I hope that this helps you. Me spilling all my business. I hope that it helps you master your life in any type of way. And if you do, please put it in the comment section down below. And if you got anything from this video, please, please, please give me a thumbs up because you know these algorithms is fucking against us, y'all. All right, y'all. Take care. Namaste. And I'll see you in the next video. Angel number 5520.